Folks, we are live. Welcome to Gamers Health. I am Eric Targ, Eric Tenka, your bartender in the OSR. With me is my lovely wife, Rach, and
Hello.
as we've been doing recently, oh God, it's
Luna.
Luna the Cavapula. I know I love you too.
Yeah, she lost another one of her teeth
Ah,
earlier.
trying to take my note.
Huh. It was one of her back teeth because her molars are really pushing through. Right?
You're gonna have to keep talk right now, of course.
Oh, okay. And yeah, we've gotten a couple of things. She got a new toy. Right? Whose is that? Huh? And we got her another one. This is so great. This is for the mental enrichment and stuff. So you put the treats in mm, these little spaces, and then you close it. Put another treat here, so that this way they learn to like move stuff around to find the treats.
Yeah, you gotta hold it up. Yeah.
To find the treats inside the puzzle. So we'll try that out. We just got it today.
So we got that on Woot, which is an Amazon company. So if you have an Amazon Prime account, it delivers free. But you can usually find things that are decently discounted. Um, Agile, I appreciate your 9/11 sharing you wrote, Eric. All right, so
Oh.
in a way that's going to be part of our topic later because I wrote that as a way of rebooting myself. I had a reboot. Okay, I was reaching the doldrums. I was really getting myself very not morbid, not necessarily depressed, but it was a dark place.
Mm.
And I figured, you know what? I need to deal with what's putting me in the dark place, and I need to tell people what happened that day. And by the way, that only tells you what happened.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I only wrote what happened till
The first day, really.
not even the first day. With the first tower.
Yes.
Because after that, I went into the subway and
Oh
I cleared
yeah.
out the subway station and had to yell at a token booth clerk who refused to leave because she didn't have orders. And I dealt with a really great uh, transit cleaner who had already cleared out the platforms and locked them up. I mean, and that's listen, on any job, you want somebody who can show initiative. And when the emergency happens, when the shit hits the fan, somebody that takes initiative, and he did that. He thought out of the box and made my job easier. And I was already thinking out of the box because I wasn't waiting for orders. I just knew what had to get done next. But I didn't tell my sergeant where I was going, and I was missing for probably about 10 minutes. I don't know. Time was weird that day, and I got back and I got I got that TV slap in the face. It was really loud because she was in a panic mode because she thought she lost me.
Aw.
And she's like, "Don't you ever effing do that again." And when I told her what I did, she goes, "Oh, well, yeah, I probably would have told you to do that." I go, "Yeah, that's why you chose me to be your driver to get you down here safely. You chose me because I show initiative." She's like, "But you have to tell me." I go, "There was no time to tell you. You were handling the crap here. I figured I take care of the crap down there." Tina, welcome.
Hello.
Yes, and it's teasing Luna. Yes, very much so.
Mhm.
Agile. Myself lost many friends and business associates in the towers, and I'll never forget that day. It changed all of our lives,
Oh my God, yeah.
and it did. And I was back in the days and weeks and months after, and I don't want to call them highlights, but things that stick out was Thanksgiving
Mm.
because one of the local restaurants was making home style dinners. And if you were an emergency worker, sit down, leave a tip if you want to, but you ate for free, and it was damn good food, and it was damn good people serving you. It made you feel better about this 16-hour day you were spending. I remember, I think it was the week after I was down there, and we were there with the New York National Guard. And the sergeant came up to me. It was four officers, but he came up to me. I was probably the oldest one. I came on the job a little bit older. And he's like, I need to tell you something. I'll go, yeah, Sarge, what is it? He goes, my men will lay down their lives for you and yours, just so you know. If anybody tries to come in, it goes, we will do whatever it takes. I go, I appreciate that. But we have our rifles are not armed. We don't have ammunition. I went, what? He goes, they don't trust us enough to give us
Wow.
ammunition. So if we have an incident, I need you and yours to understand that you're going to be the one shooting. We will lay down our lives.
Was that the same in Grand Central with all those National Guard?
I don't know, but I kept that thought in my head every time I saw the National Guard doing truck safety checks at like Midtown Tunnel, because the fact that we were sending these brave people down and not allowing them to be armed blew my mind. Little thing. Talking to FBI agents at oh God, what was the school down there? Was it I think it was St. John. Maybe it was St. Is there a St. John's campus down there? But there was one of the colleges down there that was had a free mess hall for everybody to eat at, and I was
cases down there.
I was sitting with two FBI agents and an ATF agent, and they were all bitching. God bless them that they weren't making any overtime because they were straight salary.
Oh wow!
So I mean that was a valid bitch. I gotta say. I'm just trying to catch up on these. Agile Monk, I seriously need a reboot between what I do for my work and being here in Utah. With the event of the Charlie Kirk assassination and my friend, I'm just down and done. Robert, grandma, welcome. Yeah, and I can understand that. I mean, and that's it, right? I mean, that there's a saying that time heals all wounds, and yet I can tell you there are certain days, good and bad, that seem like they were yesterday and seem like they were an eternity away at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Our wedding seems like yesterday.
Yes.
And at the same time, it seems like it was an eternity.
Mm-hmm.
9/11 seems like yesterday. And I can still
it's that fresh still. Yeah.
Just a little setup. When at that time I was doing Comstead, I was one of my responsibility was to do the weekly crime maps and the monthly crime maps, look for patterns. And you did crime maps on Tuesday morning after the crime stats were finalized for the previous week on Monday. And they had to be done, generally speaking, by 10:30 and taken up to the borough command. So you had this whole routine that had to get done, and I'm putting everything in. And my office was actually my captain's office, my CO's office. I shared an office with him and my sergeant. And he was working, I think, a late tour that day. And we had the TV on because we had heard that a plane had struck the World Trade Center. We wanted to know what was going on. We wanted to keep up on the events. And I happened to get up to get like more paper for the printer. I had a color printer, so it wasn't the standard office printer. I had to feed it manually. And as I get up, I look at the TV set. As I'm watching the TV set, I see a plane slam into the second tower. And I saw that my sergeant is head buried in her paperwork as she's finalizing, crime reports. And I just said, Michelle? And she looks up. I go, we got to suit up. We worked in civilian clothes usually. I go, we got to suit up. She goes, what? I go, the second tower just got hit. The shit got real. And as I was going toward the lockers upstairs, it came over the loudspeaker from the desk that all administrative personnel to suit up because we were all going down. So it all, you know, it's like yesterday. And it took me years. I used to always love, little side story, I used to love thunderstorms. I still do. But there was a period of time when I no longer loved thunderstorms because it would bring me back to that moment. And if I was on my bed, and thank God at the time the bed I was using was a futon, so it was low to the floor when it was you folded out. I would find myself, if a thunderstorm rolled in at night, I would find myself on the floor because I would roll out of the bed going for cover. So that still sticks with me. I'm no longer doing that, by the way. Although I did fall out of the bed back in May, June.
Yeah.
But I dreamt I was jumping off my front porch, and I happened to just kind of jump out of the nice high bed onto my knees. Not a good thing. Catching up here, RPG Grandma. I got a phone call after the first and told to turn on the TV as we were under attack. Yeah, it was surreal.
Yeah, it was. I think we all thought it was like, oh, one of the patients said, oh, there was a plane that hit the towers, and we're all going, oh, it probably just a traffic helicopter kind of thing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
and that's what we all initially thought too. And so when I drove downtown, my sergeant gave me the keys, and she gave me the keys for two reasons. It was a van. I had experience driving the van because my prior unit was the tracer unit, and we just drove vans because we were making collars all the time. But also because she trusted me to get us there safely. One of the officers that was with us, Randy, another girl from my office, love her dearly. She's a sweetheart. She wanted me to basically get down there yesterday because her brother was a private EMT that was already responding.
Oh.
So she was in a panic. And then I had others telling me, slow it down, slow it down. But I drove over sidewalks in parts of the city to get around traffic, to get where we needed to be. And the one thing that sticks out from that day, beyond everything else that sticks out, is that cell phones weren't working.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I had Sprint back in the day. It sucked anyway.
I didn't even have a cell phone.
No. But, cell phone...
Until after that. After that, my mother was like, oh, you have to get a cell phone.
But, none of us of the eight, we call it an 8 and 1, 8 cops, 1 sergeant. Of the 8 and 1, none of us had a working cell phone. And then somewhere around 4:30, 5 o'clock, we see a phone in the street against the curb. And one of us bent down, picked it up, and sure enough, it had bars that had a signal. And we're like, Sarge, we got a phone. And God bless Michelle, she was like, listen, this is back when phones cost money.
Every minute. It was per minute.
It was every minute. She's like, listen, you all get 2 minutes. You get a 2-minute phone call. You call one person that you know is going to be home, and that can pass the message on to everybody else. So I called my parents, and I was just like, I'm alive. I said, let my son's mother know, Chris know, my friends call, and they did. They all called. Let them know. Play the phone tag game. I go, it's not my, and thank God they picked up because it wasn't even my number, but, and then we just, we turned the phone in at the end of the tour. God only knows what happened with that. I mean, really, it was a long day, but it showed me the strength of not just the American will, but of people in general. And when 8 o'clock at night, it was getting dark, and these 2 black SUVs pull up, and they're kind of high. I'm looking at, these aren't like regular SUVs. These look like the SUVs that somebody of importance would be riding in, and it was. It was Chicago's emergency service unit.
Nice.
Uh, when the second tower got hit, they started rolling. They weren't supposed to leave the city without authorization. They got authorization halfway through Pennsylvania.
When nobody could tell them to turn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
So, and they're asking me, a mere peon, where do you want us? I go, well, let me get a boss. Let me get a boss. But I saw so much good in people, and when you have that ultimate act of evil, it's when you can also see the amazing good in people.
Yes.
You know, um,
And seeing something turn in people,
yes,
something confirms that they actually care about each other.
yes, you
Yes.
saw that. So local store owners coming out with shopping carts
Yeah.
of snacks and water and soda, and just giving it out to everybody, everybody, not just emergency workers, anybody who was out there, because that's what you did to take care of your fellow American, your fellow New Yorker, your fellow human beings. And yes, the silence was of no planes after the grounding. So, yeah, I actually,
Mm.
hold on, let me catch up on the chats here. Hamlet, I was in LA at the time. We all
Mm.
woke up to the news.
Yeah.
Agile, I had AT&T at the time.
Mm. That's what
Yes,
I got after.
yes, RPG Grandma. The boys from Chicago, they did as well, and the boats did a great job. So here's a story that I don't often tell because it's so the next day. My post was Spofford, and if you don't know what Spofford was, it was the juvenile detention center for underage for boys, for teenage boys or younger, that were being held in custody, and that was in my command, and that was my post. I wasn't given a patrol car. I took my own car out to post, and I was there for 16 hours. And yes, I peed in the corner against the wall because nobody was relieving you. You were stuck there, and you weren't getting into the building because Spofford was
And what
literally
they thought there was gonna be a terrorist attack
and on Spofford. Yeah, I
the
know.
brilliant minds
Oh,
would never have a
I
chance to.
listen. I was involved in doing the security survey in the days afterwards, and that was an interesting one too. Learned a lot about the command.
That's so interesting.
But the second day after, I guess, so that would be Thursday. We were sent probably about 24 cops per command for the Bronx. So there's about probably at least 200 of us. We were sent to the borough command. And for many of us, this was our day off. We were sent to the borough command to stand outside and wait orders. And throughout this time, you would constantly hear and see planes. They weren't passenger planes. These were American fighter jets
Right. I remember those.
flying over the Bronx. And I was believe we were right next to the Cross Bronx Expressway, so I would assume that they were using that as a landmark as they were doing their
Patrols.
and you'd see somebody come out from one of the big wigs from inside would come out, and then you'd hear the words came down, wait. But the thing is, when you have 200 plus men and women who want to do something, want to respond, and you just tell them, wait, you had people literally breaking down
Yeah.
in tears. You had people screaming. I mean, psychotic screams coming from other law enforcement officers. And then the one-star chief came out to say some bullshit, and the chant started. And the chant started was, send us down or send us home. Send us down or send us
Good.
home. and it reverberated, and he got shut down and went back in, and then about half an hour later we were all returned to command for whatever the commands wanted us to do, because they didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
The first week was so disorganized.
Sure.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. um so and then that Saturday, the Saturday after, was escort. They were allowing people to go back to their
Oh,
apartments
yes.
in Battery Park, southern tip of Manhattan. And me and
My boss
my,
had lived there.
my sergeant Michelle and others from my command, we had to do escorts. People were not allowed to go anywhere without us escorting them. And a lot of times, these people were coming back to pets who haven't had food or drink
Oh.
in 5 days. Thankfully,
Oh.
all the pets were alive, but we helped carry out animals and carriers and all that stuff. And they could only take out what they could carry.
Yes.
It wasn't like you were going to
And they
come
only had one shot.
one shot and one shot only. And they didn't know when they were going to get to go back. It was. I would like to think that, God forbid, something of that level happened again, New York City would be better prepared for it. But
Yeah, we hope.
Yeah,
Like, we don't know what some of the leadership has done to any of these response things. You know what I mean?
you
We've had
know,
some shit leadership
yeah. Well,
since,
yeah. One of the things that New York City, the NYPD, started up was that they started up a critical response detail, and that meant that every command on every tour had to send one car, two officers to a centralized borough location, and the borough would then send them out to do whatever. It was a way to have a dozen cars available in case there was an emergency to send down. I believe it still goes on. I know when I was a rookie sergeant from 2002 to 2004, I hated critical response because it always meant that I was short in my patrol. But, neither here nor there. Right, Tuna? So, this little girl has been losing teeth throughout the week,
Mhm.
and she has been uh, teething. But, and she's funny because after she goes and does her cycle run and her cycle biting and realizes she was a bad girl, all she wants to do,
I snuggle and kiss you, and then
but she
she'll
wants to, she
be
straddles my
appropriate.
face
Oh,
so she can clean my nose, my ear, my mustache, my beard, and I got a dog
yeah.
over.
She'll just come and lay on my chest, and then like sort of like you can tell she's still uncomfortable. So she wants me to hold her bone for her, so that she can really
Yeah.
get at it and. Arr, 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 arr.
So, up to your grandma, they are not better prepared. Trust me, after everything gets back to normal in a few years past, the idiots think it isn't needed. Well,
Yeah.
and you're right. No, and I actually experienced that myself. I guess 9/11 was 2001, 2002, late 2002. Oh, actually, no, probably 2003 because it wasn't my. I was doing Comstat as a sergeant, but I asked to cover the desk. The front desk, the command desk. I had to cover it for somebody who was leaving early. I had to cover it for 2 hours. No big deal. I'm dressed like you pretty much see me now, but I got my shield around my neck, and of course I didn't know that the station house security was and had gone end of tour an hour before, and nobody bothered replacing that spot. So in comes inspections, and inspections comes in for one reason and one reason only: to write people up and get them in trouble. So first thing they do is they see
And what is inspections? They're inspecting your
they're
uniforms
inspecting
and
everything. They're
is it like paperwork?
anything and everything
Oh.
inspections can do. So inspections comes in, and I'm dressed like this behind the desk, and they're like, "Are you the crime sergeant?" meaning the anti-crime sergeant, the plainclothes officers, and I played stupid because I was the crime analysis sergeant. So I said yes. I'm not. Technically, I wasn't wrong.
Mhm.
I was a type of crime sergeant. And then he asked me about my station house security, and I went,
Oh wow.
"Where's your station house security, boss? You do have one, right, Sarge?" And I was lucky because one of the rookies had come in early. We got along. He used to come into my office. We used to talk, and a Korean kid, and he had walked by, and I'd signed him. I had already signed him in the book, so he was already accounted for, even though he wasn't on the clock. And I was like, "Hey," I went to my guy man on the phones. Hey, can you see if Officer Ho is back from his personal? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sarge, you tell me that you don't have a station house security? No, no, no. We got one. We got one. And I'm hoping and praying that this kid is as on the ball as he appeared to me in every conversation that we've had. And sure enough, 3 minutes later, here he comes with his uniform. He's making entries in his book, and the lieutenant stops him. And the lieutenant says to him, "Officer!" I was like, "Yeah. What assignment do you have?" "Oh, I'm station house security." "Really? Let me see your book." I was like, "All right." And he actually had all the entries in. God bless him, including when he passed me at the desk, and came in. And the guy and the sergeant goes, "I can't read this. What does this say?" "Well, see, that says 62 personal, because I can't put down 62. I got to take a shit." The lieutenant looked at him, cocked his head, and yeah, get on post. I mean, that was holy shit moment classic. But also showed you that we were getting back to being
Right,
lazy, a
lax.
lax command.
Yeah.
Um, Up to your grandma. My department is the only one Leo and Homeland Security or the FBI have been unable to get in without being confronted by a group of employees.
Oh
All
wow.
other sites fail. We are also the ones up on IEDs to a point I think we scared the Freds. Uh,
Oh.
yeah,
Wait,
so
what's that? ID.
improvised explosive device.
Oh, that's what is there
Yeah, the
too.
fake devices the feds
Oh.
planted, tested, and go like they
Oh,
thought it
I
would
see
either.
now. Okay.
So, true story. We used to have. I worked at the time in the 2-6 precinct that covers Columbia University and City University of New York. And Columbia University had a lot of people living in apartments that were students and such coming and going.
Sure.
So, and we also had a lot of paranoid people. It's after 9/11, so I'm on patrol as a sergeant. Anytime there was a suspicious package, I'd have to go and investigate it. Now, got to the point where I was answering 2 or 3 a day. So what I would do, suspicious package in the subway, bottle full of yellow liquid. I would generally kick it over slightly, make sure all the urine poured out, and said, go over it. Essential 90 yellow, unnecessary, but yeah, it was yellow anyway, so it was perfect. Even did that with a possible explosive device that was luggage. And all I did was I told my driver, do me a favor, walk halfway up the block. If I blow up, make sure you call the bus for me, an ambulance. What are you going to do? It's luggage. I'm going to kick it over. Kids are moving in, kids are moving out. I am not going to call emergency service unit for this shit. I'll play. I'm like the D&D player. I'll
Well,
play the
this is what happened after 9/11. We had this campaign of
Call
if you see
it,
something, say something. So you'd be coming up from this, you'd see it all over the subway. You'd come up from the
So, yeah.
stairs on the subway,
And
and
people,
you'd see
I
the slogan on the stairs.
I was just risking
Yeah.
my life, and I'll tell you, there was one time.
So people were very alert and calling.
So there was one time, it was seemed legit. So it comes in a suspicious device at Columbia University. So I pull up with my driver, and I talk to their security, and he tells me what it is, but he refuses to go into the building with this device.
Oh, it's a device, not just a package.
No. So I go in and it tells me I have to turn the corner and then it's in front of this doorway. And I turn the corner in front of the doorway and it looks like a scene out of. It could have been something from like Star Trek, the original series.
Oh wow!
It had blinking lights on it and it had fluid in tubes. And I was like, oh shit, that could be something. So I stepped out and I'm like, crap. All right. So I walk about a block away and then I go on my cell phone, not even my radio, because the radio can kick off.
Can make any kind of explosive go.
If it's radio controlled.
Oh.
And I called Central directly and said, hey, this is 2-6 Sergeant. That's a suspicious device. She's like, yeah. I need the issue to roll. She's like, it's a suspicious device. I can't identify it. It's got lights. It's got tubes and liquids. Emergency service shows up. He's got all the bluster. Like, I've seen this shit 1,000 times. He walks in, comes out white faced. I need a landline.
He's like, oh my God, who wants to blow up Columbia?
Yeah, I got to call my sergeant, but his sergeant was already coming. So his sergeant shows up like 2 minutes later, and we're both telling him what we saw, and the sergeant goes, yeah, all right. And he talks to one security guard. He goes, whose office is that? He goes, what do you mean? Whose office is it in front of? Right, it's in front of an office, right? He goes, yeah. Whose office is it? And he's like, oh, like Professor so and so. And what does Professor so-and-so do? It's the art department. And he goes, I had a feeling.
No.
I'll be right back. He goes, and then he goes, well, if either of you two, meaning me as a sergeant or his officer, had bothered to look behind it, you would have seen a note posted to the door saying that, sorry, my project is late or some crap like that. And somebody,
because you weren't going to touch it.
I wasn't going to get anyone near it. So, yeah, that was my.
That's funny.
That was my suspicious package. That was almost real. Almost real.
That's really funny.
Yeah. So.
I was like, oh, it was a science department, or
no.
It wasn't a science.
It was an art. It was an art project. Oh. But yeah, that almost made me crap my pants. But yeah, so
yeah, that for modern art.
So I mean, listen, how do you reboot yourself, right? And it's not just a reboot. And we're talking about this in the idea of 9/11 hitting you in the nuts, or whatever, and hit you, and really putting me in that moment. I was reliving parts of it. That's why I wrote everything out. For me, that was a reboot. But what do you do when?
So for you to reboot, to help you,
I had to
tell the story.
I had to get through the moment.
Yes.
I had to get through the moment.
And you tell what it is, so that other people, so that you're not alone with it.
Yes. And things like that. But how do you reboot if you need to motivate yourself? If you'd been exercising and you were doing well, and then you go on vacation and you eat like shit and you didn't exercise and you come back and you just don't feel like it, right? I mean, you could take a puppy to clean your face. I don't know if that's going to be an effective reboot.
You can walk the puppy when she's cleared by the vet, but
my nose.
In the meantime, I guess to me, I try to give myself some sort of fail safes. Like if I, like the place where I work out is often a place where we stage certain things that we're working on in our house.
Right.
So if I dedicate some time to like get in there and like clean it, and sort of protect the space, then it makes me feel like, oh, okay, let me do a little bit. Let me just do a little half hour or whatever. Other things is like I follow certain channels on YouTube that give a lot of motivation. So I'll look at certain shorts of like people that have, lost significant amounts of weight and really struggled hard with these things, or struggled in some other aspect of their life. Um, and so I'll look at those kinds of things. The other people that I follow post a lot of like, positive slogans, to help you focus on self and not on like, whatever's going on outside. And those things kind of help me to um, get back in.
It's like for me, I feel like I have to break a pattern.
Mm.
And if I break the pattern or start a new pattern,
Yeah, that's another one too.
then I'm. Would you not destroy my chair? I have a niece that does that very well.
Oh yeah, she's licking that.
She's not licking it. She's pulling
She
at it.
was.
Well, she's pulling at it with her teeth. I can feel it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Oh, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. I just thought you were licking it.
Mm-mm. She was being a little bit more counterproductive.
A little extra.
But if I break the pattern, because a lot of times when you are demotivated, it's because you're in a new pattern that's not motivating.
Right, that's you're getting into a rut, I guess.
So you don't want me to.
Come on, lovey do. Oh.
Love her. Well, she's like, I need more daddy.
I know. Wow.
All right,
okay,
all right,
I'll
all
go away.
all right. Okay. Here, clean the ear. You can clean the ear. It's not the face. Okay. But yeah, it. So God, something like this, someone like this. Okay, like Luna, like Sadie. Like sometimes if you're in that rut, that demotivated rut, an animal that loves you no matter what, you're in a rut. They're like, oh, love me, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Can be enough to get you out of your rut, right? You won't let me be in a rut. No, you won't.
Right.
No,
Yeah, because they have so much energy, I guess, and like, yeah, trying to keep them challenged helps you keep yourself challenged in some ways.
So, RPG Grandma says, uh, they look out for strange, suspicious people to the whole country. One time, the FBI guys finally figured out the runaway. Oh, sorry. All right. Uh, the surprise test, everyone found one. Identified them as clearly fake. So, because we are busy, they got handed to the federal looking guys milling around by the department head. The feds tried saying, don't touch, and they got chastised. We only call real stuff in. We're too busy to play games.
Mm.
One time, the FBI guys finally figured out the runaway or hide advice doesn't work for my department. They realized we will fight, so let's just train us how to fight better.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, and on that level, honestly, integrity tests, most of them are, we went through them. Somebody hands you a wallet in the middle of the South Bronx and it's got money and credit cards in it. In your cop, I can give you even odds. It's an integrity test. Okay? Um, if there's a drug sales going on and the drugs are being hidden, going back 25 years, hidden in a payphone, I'll give you even odds that it's internal affairs doing an integrity test on you.
Mm.
Not just you can usually read an integrity test because nobody's very good at giving them because nobody wants to put imagination into doing it. That's part of it. Coming from somebody who worked some time in internal affairs, trust me, most of the investigators just want to do their shift, and unless they make it overtime, go home. They're not looking to put much more into it. So, but Yeah, I mean, like I was getting in a rut doing my videos for this channel, and I was really getting stuck. And then, of all people, Joe the lawyer starts doing this rant about people who claim to know the OSR and don't know the OSR, and if you've never met Joe or seen Joe's videos, Joe can do a good rant. And then I realized, wow, he's giving me what I need to focus on. I need to focus on the history of the OSR, or and go through it as a progression, and go through it with all these little side tracks going on it. And honestly, I find myself now, as I'm working on an outline, it'll be 1 o'clock in the morning going, oh, I got to get this video up. I got to do a video. Whereas before I could be like, oh, God, I have no idea what I want to do. Now I've got outlines for like 4 videos in the hopper and ready to do more because I'm out of that creative rut. And I think if you're in this industry, like, it can happen to you. Listen, we're talking about it when it comes to your job or exercise, but it can be a creative rut too.
Right.
You know?
Well, a rut when it comes to, things that feed you, things that serve you.
Right. I mean, and I find that if you let's honestly, I've got review videos that I've promised people I will do, and I will get them done. But I was stressing how I was going to do review videos, and that got me into a rut. And then I pivoted and started doing the OSR videos, and now my juices are renewed, and now I'm also looking forward to doing the review videos. So just by changing your perspective, you can see a lot more than what you were looking at before. You know? And you are such a lump. No, Daddy likes his nose. And I know you like my nose too, but Daddy likes his nose. He likes to keep it in one place.
You want to chew on your.
Oh my God. So, RPG Grandma, I'm a proud member of the Undead Game Society. Is it old, unsupported? Let's have fun with it. Welcome all 5e 2014 to the society. And listen, just to go on a little side note, 2014 theoretically lasted years, which is a good run for a game edition, especially for D&D.
Wait, 5 came out in 14?
Yep. I was playtesting it in Manhattan certain days after work, like once a week.
That's what that was?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I realized that was 5e.
That was D&D Next.
Mm.
And that's how I got, me and Greg got to really know each other, was doing it online.
Okay.
Oh, you got your little Minnie Mouse.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. You want to show everybody your mouse?
Sure. Yeah, show your little Minnie Mouse. Look. Yeah.
See? She's like, no, mine.
Mine, Minnie.
So, like I said, if you have pets, it's hard to stay in a rut. Tina, this changing of the seasons reboot me, especially when fall is there.
Oh, yeah.
See, now,
I feel like it's for a lot of new beginnings, just like spring is in some ways.
Mm-hmm. But like I have a couple of friends that have seasonal depression. I don't.
Yeah.
But I have friends that have seasonal depression, and winter is rough for them.
Yeah.
And I actually worked with a sergeant near the end of my career who we just called him Grumpy. And this was the winter months, right? And somebody had suggested to him to get one of those daylight solar lamps.
Oh, the lamps for your circadian rhythms.
Because we were in an office, even though it was daytime and he was working, we were in an office. We were in a fishbowl surrounded by halls, surrounded by rooms.
Yes.
You saw the fishbowl.
Yeah.
So we didn't get natural light there.
No.
So
You got more in that other.
in my old office,
Yeah.
because we actually had windows that went to the outside. So, yeah, he got that lamp, and we made fun of him, but he actually became a bit more pleasant.
Mhm. Well, something too is like, if you know that that's a pattern for you, then to be able to take steps to preempt certain stuff that can happen because of the seasonal depression.
Yeah, I mean,
You can be more vigilant about how your thinking can turn.
yeah, you gotta. There isn't necessarily one way that's going to work for you. You might know the ways that work for you. You should figure it out, trial and error. But there's no magic bullet that's going to say this the way for you.
Right, and it's always keeping an eye out for yourself, looking at your patterns,
Yes.
checking in on your moods and your feelings. Like, our cell phones, our health app has that ability to track mood. And if we start to notice, oh, I'm starting to have more down mood, then okay, what do I need to be doing about it?
Yeah. You're really enjoying your little girl.
Yeah.
Agile. Eric, your recent video series in the OSR have really been in the zone.
Nice.
Thank you. I've been trying, and I've been enjoying them. One of the ones coming up is going to be Giddis. I'm going to cover Your Dungeonists Suck, the blog that would attack pretty much everybody in the OSR sphere, including myself.
Mm-hmm.
I did a search for it using.
Is that thing still going?
No, it has been going for a while. But I used AI to do a little research on it, and 10 Cars Tavern came up as one of the most attacked websites. I was like,
gee, I wonder who's Your Dungeonist Suck.
Oh god, that was so long ago.
And it's probably not whoever you think it was.
Probably not. It's probably some
probably
older.
Somebody who you probably know.
It could be.
You know who it is, probably.
There are suspicions, but we can never prove who it was.
All right.
But RPG Grandma says fluorescent light psychosis is a real disorder.
Yeah.
As far as she can determine from observation. Yeah, I mean, when they redesigned our office area, when I worked in internal affairs, and I was actually involved in some of the planning, they didn't want walls between the different units. They wanted
it to be windows,
even between offices, which was fine, except for two areas which they had to adjust. And they did this because one was a gym.
Oh,
they didn't want window people walking by and
right. People needed their privacy in there
in the gym. And Group 9. Group 9 was our night watch. And Group 9 did not need, sometimes they would, sleep at their desk after a long tour, catch a nap. They didn't need more light coming in than necessary. So they still had a little, I don't know, foot-high window at the top.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
But nothing.
Like a methadone clinic window.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I had an office. My last office, I never turned on the overhead light. They were just too harsh. And I don't. Bright light is not so good for me. He has a light here that is, that he uses.
I use it for the videos.
Yeah.
Because if I don't,
because it would be dark.
Yeah. So we need a little.
So yeah, and this one is good because he's adjusted it to a setting that I can handle. But there, I had to provide my own light. I just provided my own light. That was more soothing on my eyes. And the patients loved it.
Probably more
They
soothing.
were like, "Yo, it's a mood in here, girl."
More soothing on your.
Yeah.
Agile. Didn't all of our dungeons suck at one time though? Yeah, but this was a troll site. But it had a very active comment section on a lot of their videos, and they would troll everybody. They didn't play favorites. Me, James Mal, Zach Smith, even Christian Walker, if you remember Christian, which was a shame because he was one of the nicest people in the OSR at the time.
Yeah, I guess we just have to look at who never got,
who
never got attacked.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too. It's like I want to cover it because I don't want parts of our gaming history to be forgotten. Because when you forget stuff, you're bound to repeat stuff.
Nice.
And that's not good, right? Even like right now, Targa. So Targa, Targa, the Traditional Adventures Role Playing Game Association, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Targa was something that crashed and burned fairly early in the OSR. Had good intentions, but it's like herding cats. How do you? The OSR is not going to vote somebody in, so basically, somebody has to try to take control, and then nobody wants anybody taking control. So I think the OSR is best served by multiple tent poles or multiple standard bearers, all having similar overall goals, but not one leader.
That's a good girl.
There you go. There you go. Are you happy now? Oh, now you want to go?
Want it back?
Okay. She's like, yeah, I want mine.
Who wants a baby?
Another purchase, by the way, on Root. Same day. We bought 3 different things. They all came 3 different days. But if you can find stuff on Root, you can often find very good prices on stuff. Just got to be willing to wait. You're not always gonna find stuff. We need a new computer stand.
Oh, they had them on not too long ago. Basically the same thing like we have.
Yeah. So we need to get a new computer stand. You don't want to overpay for it, and you don't want IKEA quality. Which, depending on IKEA quality, it can be good or bad. Up to your grandma. The rest of the nation gets to decorate their work vehicles, but the state decided we can't any longer.
Oh.
And that's. See, New York City, FDNY can decorate their vehicles within certain parameters, and NYPD cannot.
No.
So
different standards for different.
Yeah, that's okay. We got to show more uniformity.
Yeah.
When I actually, oh my God, for like at least the last maybe 20 years, we weren't even allowed to wear buff shirts off duty, but at the job.
Oh, really?
You weren't allowed to wear them in the precincts or on department property. So I had a couple, not just for my command, but I had the street crime shirt with the
You're not in Kansas anymore.
no, the Hemingway quote. There's no hunting like the hunting of man.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you mean everybody goes?
Everybody goes was our unit shirt, and that was awesome. And that quote was from a woman. We went to arrest a woman who bought crack, and she started running from us. And my sergeant's like, "We're not going to run after her. We're just driving."
Was it Scary Mary?
No, we're just going to drive the van after her. So she's running down the middle of, Westchester Avenue, right down the yellow line.
Oh.
And my sergeant's like, "Will you, over the loudspeaker, will you please stop running?" And she won't stop running. And we pull up alongside of her, and she's still running. And he's like, you got to stop." She goes, "No, my friends told me when you see the white van, you just run." He's like, "What?" "Yeah, because everybody goes." and we laughed and let her go. She
Mhm.
didn't get arrested. It was just like, all right, well, the comment like that, you get a free one, you get a pass.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
okay, okay.
how did you
So,
get all wet?
but yeah, Targa was a weird one. I actually spoke to Chicago Wiz in person. I think Game Hall back in 2018, 2019. Um, and he didn't want to discuss Targa. I wanted to discuss it back then. He didn't want to discuss it. I was never involved in the project. It was not something
Thank you.
that suited me, suited what I wanted.
I know.
I'd just rather lead by example or what I'm doing and do my thing and help whoever needs help. If they ask for help, I'm more than happy to help. Even now, if anybody wants help on a blog, on a project, on a video channel, just ask. I'll try if I can find the time. I'm happy to do so, but I'm not looking to be anything other than a standard bearer for this community, and I think that's fine. Traditional Adventure Role
No, baby,
Playing
we're not
Game
getting down.
Association.
Nope, not
Yeah,
yet.
again, I think the video I did on that
Not yet.
is pretty balanced. You know, I mean, see the yeah, maybe I'll make it live after the show so everybody can see it. But I think it was pretty balanced. It went up earlier, um, but you know, you gotta. There are certain things that you have to do because you're obligated to do, and certain things that you want to do. And if you can mix your obligations with your desires, then you kind of balance things out pretty well. Up to your grandma. People have trouble getting along in an organized club way in this fandom. Yeah, because you know what?
Yeah.
Everybody's a chief. Nobody wants to be an Indian. Everybody's a boss. Nobody wants to be the peon. And I don't blame folks for that because everybody's their own boss in the OSR. All the creators are their own bosses. They're their own publishers. Their own create. You don't need a centralized leadership. I think we're doing fine as it is. So, on that note, as my nose, my wife she has monkey feet, and I mean that in the nicest way. She can pick things up with her toes. She's like, "Look, I found tissues, and the dog's gonna find tissues." Um, yeah, too many chefs in the kitchen. Yeah, and that was Targa's main issue. Essentially, everybody wanted to,
Top
and,
heavy, I guess.
and they also wanted to put ideas like morale. We heard about morality clauses when it came to the orc license. Well, there was talk about that for getting endorsed by Targa. Uh, thank God it just didn't happen. Um, Folks, as always, if you have topics you want us to cover, drop us a line, either as a comment on one of these videos, find me on Facebook, email at 10cars.tavern@gmail.com, and ask us what you want us to cover. Otherwise, enjoy the videos. God knows I may do another one tonight. Probably not. Tomorrow at the noon, I'll be on Joe Block, the Greyhawk Grognard video channel. He is releasing Adventures Dark and Deep Light. And listen, if you've seen how big Adventures Dark and Deep has grown, Light isn't like Swords and Wizardry Light. Light is like Swords and Wizardry. It's going to be lighter, but not light.
Hmm.
Other than that, folks, thank you all.